Good morning. I'm not kidding. It's just for some reason the lighting out here today is making me look extra creepy. Maybe it's 'cause I don't know the way the shadows fall. It was like, yeah. 3, 4, or 5 people who are going to be with me. Yeah, welcome back to the parking lot. And here we go. It's Wednesday. Feels like Monday. You know, first week back from being off for the New Year and Christmas. And that's always, the tough ones because you got to get back into routine. Your muscles say, I don't want to do this. Your joints say, I don't want to do this. But you got to. I was going to wait for a few more of you to get in here before I start going on and on and on about what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to clickbait you or anything. It's just I want to quell some weirdness that's going on out there in the Whovians because of a Instagram post that went up by the BBC, page, and RTD's response to it. Okay, let's start with filming. Yes, there was filming yesterday. If you go to Twitter, type in hashtag DWSR, and you're going to have to spend about 10 minutes or so muting or blocking all the people who think it's funny to put up pictures of sausage rolls because they've been fed this misguided notion by a certain sad group of fans that any form of picture of the set is somehow spoilers. Yeah, you're going to know the entire plot line the entire way, call it based off a photo from on-set filming. Like I said, they got pictures all over the place. You're not going to stop the flow. It's, you might as well be trying to stick your finger in a collapsing dike. It's not going to work. The river will consume you. So if you want to go look over there, like I said, nothing too revealing other than it looks like some kind of campaign office. They claim to have spotted one actor, and I love how, as certain other channels already declared this, the leaked main villain, when we have no dialogue or anything whatsoever pointing to this person being a villain. But of course, that gets clicks. That makes people want to say, oh my God, I'm going to get the one up. Sorry, I do not know that person's a villain or not. It could just be a character. Now, Millie Gibson was spotted, but they've done everything in their power to keep her out of public view. Right down to when they switched to I don't think she was in the exterior shots, or they wouldn't let anybody too close. But when they switched to interior shots, they literally blocked up the windows with garbage. And yet we've already got pictures of the interior of that set. Hell, someone even took video of it. So it's kind of too late, okay? But okay, now Susan's return. Now what has sparked this was the BBC Doctor Who page on Instagram put up a clip of Susan's departure at the end of the Dalek Invasion of Earth serial. Spoiler alert for you people who haven't seen that in the last 60 years. And it was the first companion departure, and yes, it was the Doctor's granddaughter. And all it takes for people to go crazy is RTD puts up a response to this saying, I wonder whatever happened to her. Folks, he's been hinting at stuff like this for years. Exactly. They play these games with your head. I'm just wondering why, come on, they had Mel Bush, played by Bonnie Langford, appear at the end of Power of the Doctor. She took off with Sabalom Glitz. But at the same time, in a way, I remember at the end of Power of the Doctor, when Susan got dropped off, it was in 2150s or something, 2160s London. So not like she's going to be showing up, really, thing. But if you listen to Big Finish, she was recruited into the Time War, if I remember right. So she would have access to a time travel facility. Yeah, the weather's kind of overcast out here today, so, and I personally think something's going on in here where they're messing around lately, and it's screwing up our cell and our Wi-Fi and our cell reception. But okay, if you can still hear me, let me know in the comment box at least. I don't want to think I'm sitting here rambling on and no one's hearing it. But yeah, you see, that's the thing, though. The Big Finish thing's kind of tricky. There's multiple timelines with, like, Perry now. There's multiple timelines with Ace and things like that. And remember, also, Sophie Aldred wrote her own book about meeting the Doctor again for the first time in years, just a couple of years ago, called it Childhood's End, which I've got an autographed copy of now, by the way. But you see, that's the big thing. What do you accept as being part of the storyline and what do you not? The thing is, though, is the Doctor never went back ever, and it's then that big puzzle. Is it going to happen? And well, the thing is, I think he was alluding to stuff like that years ago, and it never happened. I'd have to go check my memory box, so to speak. But, of course, with his runs about to start, it's like, I'm starting to think this is just, a thing to get fans interested, especially the old school fans. Well, yeah, you see, I'm sitting here and I'm still keep thinking, folks, it's like Carol Ann Ford is getting up there now. They had William Russell back at the end of Power of the Doctor. And, what's going on that they can't have Carol Ann Ford reappear on the BBC other than, oh, look, she's a fishwife and out looking for her kids and adventure in space and time. Shouting for her kids. I'm like, really? So, and I'm not kidding, hopefully it's many years from now, but if she does pass, they're going to really smack themselves in the face, because that's been a lost opportunity now for going on decades. This show has been back since 2005. Yet you're telling me not once in the last going on 18 years of the new series that you couldn't have had Carol Ann Ford pop on there. It's just ridiculous. I don't know what the problem is, but like I said, I'm still highly doubtful, because they've had how many years? They brought back Sarah Jane, they brought back K9, they brought back Jo Grant. Well, Jo Grant not on the main. Well, she has finally appeared on the main show, so I can't say that anymore. Come on, William Russell reprising his role as Ian after 57 years. Had him back. And yet, no Susan. It begins making me wonder if they're just avoiding that whole issue. Yeah, because we have the technology. Come on, look at the job those guys did with Mark Hamill. If they wanted to do a de-aging thing. If they wanted to go that route. For all of you who've seen, Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett and all that, and I keep telling people, it's like, why do you think Chibnall did this thing and all that? Because, somebody If I was on the BBC, you know, writers or whatever had anything to do with that, I'd have walked in, sat down, brought them the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian, and then brought them the one episode of Book of Boba Fett and say, this is your competition. They're bringing in classic characters and people are loving it in droves. Why aren't you doing it? And then you preach about too much fan nostalgia and fan service, yet you're bringing in characters from a comic book for the 60th anniversary. How many people even know, you know, after doing a lot of research, you know, thanks to some fans who spotted it right off the bat, how many people last year would have known who the Meeps and the Wraiths are? See what I mean? Yet, you know, you keep putting off this Return of Susan like it's got, you know, the plague. Well, welcome aboard. It could be that. Because if you remember, yeah, for you folks who do remember the Land of Fiction, it would explain why suddenly Donna Noble has her memory back with no, you know, no consequences. Well, I'm not sure if RTD is going to touch the master again so soon. Oh, God, did that sound wrong? You know, it depends on what he's going to do. Plus, we, you know, like I said, we're assuming that Neil Patrick Harris is playing the toy maker. And like I said, I'm trying to keep myself on level ground because we've had assumptions like this before. Now, a lot of the clues do point to yes, it is. Well, the thing is, it looks like it's a campaign office, so I'm hoping this isn't another one of those Harold Sachs employees if that was the case. You know, please don't tell me he's going to reprise all his greatest hits, you know. So like I said, the BBC put up the clip of Susan Foreman's exit. RTD types in, you know, I wonder whatever happened there, and then fans go mind-bogglingly crazy. We see a picture of an actor at the scene yesterday, and now we've got leak guy saying it's the main villain and it's a leak. We don't know that. And like I said, we can't, you know, like, that's why I die laughing when people, you know, throw fits about set photos. Set photos don't tell you the story. Set photos don't tell you the context. Set pictures don't tell you what's going on in that scene. Now, you may get a couple of actors you recognize. Yay, big deal. But you don't know who they're playing, what their motivation is. You know, are they villains or not? Because we had a lot of that going on back in the day where every old white guy that walked on a certain person was declaring them a villain and died laughing later when it turns out they weren't. No. Now, John Sim hasn't been seen at all. It's a different character. It's a different actor. So once again, don't assume anything. Keep a level head. Keep your eye on the playing field. But don't let your imagination run too far away from you. Because, like I said in my one video, if you set the bar too high, way too high, they're never going to hit it. You know, so just be happy. You know, it looks like you're getting, you know, a new era and all that. It looks like the show is going to continue for a while. Be happy about that. Well, I got to get going, folks. I just looked at the time. Please take care. Be kind, be calm, be safe. Welcome to 2023. And let's go get on with our day. Take care, everyone.